right, next fight on the docket is Journey Newsom taking on Randy Costa. And this is another fun fight, in my opinion. This one's going to be an absolute banger. So, Journey Newsom, 9-2-0. Randy Costa, 5-1-0. Both guys really looking to make their mark here. Journey Newsom's a BJJ brown belt, high level ground game, really sharp and crisp boxing, solid, hard, heavy leg kicks. He closes range extremely fast. He is so fast, so explosive. This kid is good to go. He's got really heavy hands for the division, and he's slightly undersized. That's kind of my only issue with him here is he seems to have a height and reach disadvantage from his opponents every single time, but that power closes that gap, no problem for him. So I don't know if he should necessarily drop a weight class because it seems to be working for him. He made his UFC debut on short notice against Ricardo Ramos, which, damn, like if you're stepping into the UFC for the very first time and your draw is Ricardo Ramos, like, whoa, no thank you. So this kid has done everything anybody has asked him for, and he looked very impressive with Ricardo Ramos. His second win in the UFC, he dug deep. He got hurt in the first round, dug deep, and turned it around with a big knockout to close the show. And that got turned into a no contest for smoking marijuana. Stupid, I know, but trust me, we remember. That knockout needs to be remembered. He deserves every inch of it. Randy Costa on the flip side of this thing, really tall and long for the division, good prospect. He's got good head movement. He's got these great knees. He just fires them right up the middle, right at chin range. You don't see them coming, but he is a wild striker. He keeps his hands low and he wings power shots constantly. He's training with Mike Brown and guys like Marlon Moraes, so he's in a good camp. I think he's coming along, but honestly, this kid I think made it to the UFC too soon. Back in the day, I mean, after like the Ultimate Fighter season 1 or season 2, you saw guys getting to the UFC that had 2-3 professional fights under their belt because they just needed people. You don't see that anymore. You've always got to have like 7, 8, 9 fights before you get to the UFC level. This kid was signed after like 3 professional fights, 3 or 4 fights. I just think he's here too early. So we're going to see him really tested here. He's had 2 UFC fights, 1 win, 1 loss, and he's just been... I mean, the thing is, he's a killer be killed fighter, right? Like this guy either steps up and wrecks his opponents, or the one time he lost, he got dragged into the second round and choked out. His only loss is the only fight he's ever been to the second round in. He's got 7 minutes of total fight time. Whereas a guy like Journey Newsom on the other side of this thing, he has a full 15 minutes against Ricardo Ramos, not to mention his other fights. So drastic gap in experience between these two. Even though he comes from a good camp, I think Randy Costa may be a little bit outgunned here. I locked up Journey Newsom. I bet him at minus 135. That is an official play. I am betting him. I like what I see. And even though he's at a slight size disadvantage, I think the wild striking of Randy Costa is going to leave him open for a bomb. Again, this is one of those kind of sketchy ones where Costa's got everything he needs to land a knockout blow, so it's entirely possible that he gets Journey and puts him down, but I really think that Journey's going to be the one that comes out here. So it looks like we just beat a slight line movement. I saw it dip down to about minus 130 a little bit earlier, but now it's sitting at minus 140, so looks like I'm not the only one coming around on Newsom. If you want to jump on that one with me, probably need to get on it sooner than later, although Randy Costa is a decent dog. If he gets up to too juicy of a dog line, I'm sure there will be some bounce back. All right. Hey, Mississippi Kid, thank you, my friend. Pound that like button. I appreciate you, my friend. 215 live viewers. Thank you all one more time for hanging out with me. Yeah, and MMA Cuck, Costa doesn't wear damage. Well, Newsom's size helps him scramble. Absolutely correct. I think he's going to be totally live in those situations. He's a good fighter. Absolutely.